Get ready to fight from within. You're about to go behind enemy lines.
Roger, 3-2. Goliath copies all. Go ahead. Target is surrounded by multiple firms entering what appears to be a residential area. Requesting permission to engage.
From the People's Republic of New York City, you're now going behind enemy lines with Gene Baradelli and Russ Gallo. And you are now behind enemy lines. Hey there, how you doing, America? Gene Baradelli here, and miracle of miracles, look who's here with me, Russ Gallo. Thank God you're back, because I got tired of talking to myself, man.
Gene, you got the lean going on. That microphone's a little far away. You got to see him.
I'm stretching as far as I can, because I got to reset the volume as I'm doing things here. Not used to being here in our usual studio, having to set everything up, man. It's been hell without you. I mean, I've had to talk to myself. I've had to talk to...
I heard you did some monologues while I was gone. That's pretty good stuff, man.
I think you confused me with Andre Walker, by the way. Andre's not with us tonight. Check this out. Andre Walker said he couldn't do a monologue tonight because he's having dinner with the House Secretary, which I don't know what that means, if that's a code for a girl or if that's actually like an official title across the pond. I don't even know what that is.
I believe that's the British term for mistress, Jim.
Oh, I get it now. Now I understand why. Wait, so Russ Gallo's here, but Andre Walker's here. Andre Walker's here, but Russ Gallo's not here. Are you guys sharing the same? Never mind. But
my British accent is terrible. I'm not even going to try it.
Well, listen, it's great to have you back, and we have a lot to catch up on.
By the way, I plan on spiking the football tonight.
We're going to let you spike the football.
Good. I hope we have some time for that scheduled in here.
We have a great show scheduled. Not only is Russ Gallo going to spike the football after weeks of being away, talking about the Trump phenomenon, but we also have Dan Gainor from NewsBusters and Media Research Center talking about the latest in media bias, including the Facebook suppression story that came out of Gizmodo, and that was on the cover of the New York Post this week, as well as the Obama administration saying that, yes, we lied to the media about Iran. All that and a lot more. But of course, what other thing can we do with Russ Gallo coming back except spike the football? Russ Gallo, the crowd's going wild right now for you. You said it. And it happened.
I think I called it from the jump, too, which is like an amazing... I wish I would have went on record earlier on this. By the way, goonrecord.com.
Yes.
The website, I started putting my entries on.
You started doing that?
I started doing it.
All right.
Because I want to get credit for some of these predictions that I make. Donald Trump, I called it from the jump, especially when...
We got to start linking those, by the way.
Yes. Especially when he went bananas with immigration. When he said he was going to build a wall.
BANANAS.
Make Mexico pay for it, and deport the illegals that we find, you can't get to the right of him on that issue. I've been saying this for cycle after cycle, Mr. Baradelli. If you're going to run in a Republican primary, you have to go to the right, so far right on an issue where no one can attack you from the right. And he picked a great issue because lots of Democrats, moderate Democrats, white, working class men who happen to be registered Democrats, agree with Mr. Trump. And this is why I predict, and I'm on record as saying this on goonrecord.com, that Donald Trump will win the general in a landslide. I don't care what these early polls are showing. All the early polls are showing that in the swing states, it's a tie. If it's a tie this far out and Trump hasn't even started campaigning against Hillary Clinton, watch what happens in November.
I got to give you credit for this because you did see this coming. And it goes back to almost Politics 101 that you talk about. And, yes, you're back this week, and I'm not throwing laurels at you. You say this all the time. There are articles at www.behindenemylinesradio.us where you outline what the plan for 2016 was for immigration. And it's like Donald Trump read that article.
And what was funny was I wrote a similar article back in 2014.
Yes.
And this was before Trump was even on the scene. I revised it in 2016 to fit with Trump, but it was basically the same stuff.
That's everybody. Go check it out at our website www.behindenemylines.radio.us. Look up the plan for victory. Thank you. The war plan for 2016 and 2014.
They're linked together.
It's basically the same article, but whatever.
Laziness. That's
a little lazy. A little lazy. But let's talk about. Let's go a little deeper into what you saw. Because, and again, credit where it's due, man. You called it from the jump when he had his crazy press conference at Trump Tower talking about the rapists and the criminals from Mexico coming in. And he recognized the wedge, and he ran with it as far as he could. And then it came to get these debates going on when you had, I don't know, half the population of Wisconsin on stage, right? So, and at that point, Trump was about distinguishing himself as the anti-politician. And in doing that, I think he created one of the biggest fictions of all. The man is not the anti-politician. He is part of the political donor class that's been around funding establishment politicians on both sides. But he portrayed himself as a populist, non-politically correct, and it resonated with the people.
Well, he recognized something, Gene, that's the dirtiest little secret in politics. First of all,
people are stupid.
I'm not going to go as far as to say that.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I do agree with it.
Except for our listeners. Our listeners are awesome. Yes, our listeners are awesome. If you listen to this show, you are not stupid. Thank you very much for listening.
Political correctness is where Donald Trump's strength really, truly lies. The man is not afraid of being politically incorrect. I know we're going to talk about this later, but he's a self-made man when it comes to media and popularity and the populist term, nationalist term, all the stuff that's out there. He made himself. He wasn't created by the media. I know we're going to debate this a little later on, but since he made himself, he can basically go out and say whatever the hell he wants to say, be as politically incorrect as he wants, because no one made him. He made himself. And how has that helped him? Like you said, he's able to paint himself as that outsider. He's able to talk about tariffs on importing goods, which historically Republicans are against. They're more free trade type guys. And immigration we already mentioned. So who does this cater to? Who is the core audience buying this up right now? In the Republican primary and then looking forward into the general. Hillary's having a big problem with this group of people that I'm speaking about right now. Can you guess who they are? Which demographic?
I'm guessing the young people that are voting for Bernie Sanders.
I say it's white men. Men in this country have not had a candidate they can rally behind forever. Yes, it's politically incorrect. We worry about who the blacks, who the Hispanics, and who the women are going to vote for.
And more recently,
the Mexicans.
The LGBTQ,
that was an inside joke to
WHPT, yes, and the Mexicans.
But and LGBT, all like 7 of them, however many there are in the country. By the way, I just came out of a bathroom with one a little while ago in New York City. So
good for you.
Yeah, whatever. It's anything
meeting
goes
people
nowadays.
in strangest places.
Anything goes. So, white working class males. And they try to downplay it on the news. I don't know if you watch the news. They talk about, these are the people with high school diplomas and nothing else.
Or they had the pointy hoods on, right?
Yeah,
the pointy white hoods.
Or they're the racist white middle class men who don't want minorities living in their suburban communities. Keep on attacking them, because you know what? That's what caused Donald Trump to become this powerful. If you read anything I've ever written on Twitter or on our website, behindenemylinesradio.us, I am a Cruz guy. I'm a conservative. I was a Cruz guy. I transitioned seamlessly to Donald Trump because guess what I am? I'm one of those angry white males, working class white males. So Donald Trump is a win-win for me too. Keep bashing us and saying we're uneducated and uncouth and racist. Watch what happens in November.
But you know what? And this leads into the next part of the phenomenon that we were examining here as Russ Gallo takes his victory lap. Donald Trump was attack-proof because I don't know why he was attack-proof, but he would make the biggest gaffes that a politician could make, calling 9/11 7/11. Going after people because of race or gender or whatever it may be.
He was eating a taco salad on Cinco de Mayo.
Eating a taco salad saying, I love Hispanics.
Listen, Donald is my man, bro.
And yet, he didn't lose steam. He gained steam. And it goes against the conventional wisdom of political science that unforced errors will take you out of a race. How is it that this first-time politician, through the sheer force of his will and personality, was able to overcome those missteps? Is it because he's a first-time politician, or is this something that is just unique to Donald Trump?
People are angry, Gene. By the way, Mr. Trump, if you're listening or anyone on your staff is listening, as Master of Race Relations for the show, I am available to be an advisor on the staff. But
and let me tell you, he comes with references.
I come with plenty of references, plenty of background, plenty of history. You could just Google me and see what I'm all about. But, yeah, Gene, people are angry. I mean, are you not angry? I'm angry.
I've always called you the voice of an angry America.
And I appreciate that. And when you're angry, you want someone
who is just as angry as you.
Yes, and actually, I listen to all the other conservative talk shows on the radio. Ours is the best, but the guys who've been around longer than us. And one of them says, it's Rush Limbaugh. He says, people don't really remember what politicians say. People remember how politicians made them feel when they were saying it. And that's true. Because guess what? A guy like me, I get a parking ticket, it seems like every week, or a red light camera ticket. Is Donald Trump going to fix that? No. But I'm angry at the government. I'm pissed off at the government. Every time I get a ticket, every time I got to pay my income taxes, every time I got to pay for a subway ride and sit next to a bum on the N train in Brooklyn, I'm angry with the government. And Donald Trump is going up on that stage day after day during this primary season, railing against the government. And it just makes you feel good. And that's why he's kicking butt.
The return of Russ Gallo has our chat room popping right now. For those of you listening to us live on Spreaker Tuesday nights at 10 p.m., we got a live chat room going, and we normally borrow some of the comments from there. Sometimes we give credit, sometimes we don't. Right now, everyone is going nuts about the return of Russ Gallo, the blatant pandering by me towards our audience, and just going off on the comments that Russ is bringing. Donald's hair defies nature. I love that comment. Comments about George Soros's money and
Nazis.
It's a whole bunch of
that's all about.
What? It's a little incoherent, but this is the 2 Drink Minimum Radio
and
crowd.
It's no Medication Wednesday.
It is no Medication Wednesday as well, so we appreciate you tuning in, everyone in the chat. If you're listening right now, go to www.BehindEnemyLinesRadio.us. Click on the Listen Live button, and you can join in with all the fun and hijinks in there.
By the way, it's not a show unless the Nazis get mentioned.
You know what? It's like you got to ring the bell.
Like,
you got to ring the bell.
You got
to ring the bell. That's all there is to it. Especially, listen, this is what I've been missing about having you on the show, man. It's awesome. Back on topic. Yeah, no Medication Wednesday, but it's Tuesday. How do you know what day it is anyway when we're listening?
And I don't know if it's time for plugs, Gene, but we're on a few stations now. They're going to hear us on Wednesday there, Mr.
Absolutely.
Fairley.
Someone's going to... For those of you who haven't been following the show, WJHC 107.5 FM. Shout out to everybody on the Florida-Georgia line. You make me want to roll my windows down and cruise. And listen, I'm glad that you're listening with us, and appreciate you tuning in Wednesday at 1 a.m. on WJHC. Take that, chat room.
Thank you.
Back on topic. People have been talking about this being a populist movement. Conservatives, specifically, Russ, have been getting angry and they feel like they're being left behind because they feel that the conservative movement has been co-opted by the populism of Donald Trump. And they're upset about it. I mean, we haven't really talked about the emergence of the Never Trump movement. Frankly, I'm on the Never Hillary movement myself, so let's. I think we all need to calm down with that rhetoric. Just one man's opinion. But is Donald Trump conservative enough for you?
Yes. And
how so?
And so that's a great question, Gene. And I don't understand the Never Trump people because they're not attacking him on issues. They'll attack him and say he doesn't expand enough on the issues in his platform, right? But then they'll rarely attack a specific and say, well, here's where he's not conservative. They'll say, I don't like the way he talks about people. I don't like how unprofessional he is. And he's not very presidential. So what do you mean, though? That doesn't mean he's not conservative. Is he not more conservative than Hillary Clinton?
To me, the definition of being presidential is being the guy with the most votes. That to me is what makes you presidential.
I get the presidential thing and all that, but that's not what the Never Trump people are saying.
We've had enough of the slick willies of the world. Come on.
I'll tell you who's truly off the rails on all this, too, is Mark Levin. I love Mark Levin. Great talk show host. I think he's a brilliant constitutional scholar.
Everybody should be listening to us, though, not to him. But anyway.
I mean, listen to him. He's great. I learned a lot from him.
Why